to Rick and Dave's Comic Book Hour. This is our Ohio State special.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Rick and Dave Comic Book Hour. I'm Rick.
I'm Dave.
Today we're having a special show. Our guest is Gary. He's an Ohio State football collector of autographs and helmets and other things we'll get to later. And how long have you been collecting the Ohio State stuff, Gary?
Well, I was a graduate of '75 of Ohio State, so I've been collecting it probably 40 years. And even when I was a kid, that I really liked Ohio State. And this bed part here, back here, that my mom had somebody make it for my bed when I was a teenager. So Ohio State's always been part of my life for the last 55 years.
So we're talking to somebody that actually does bleed red and gray here. Let's get right into it. Explain what this is right here, one of your items here.
Jerry Lucas item is, I got this at Mary Lemieux charity over in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'd driven over there and I knew he was going to be at it. There was about 125 celebrities at this cancer charity for Mary Lemieux was putting on, and the day I was there it was raining real bad, and I was standing on the 10th tee waiting for people to come around and sign, and I knew Jerry Lucas wasn't going to be around till about 1:24 in the afternoon, and it was probably a little bit before 9 in the morning. And I was talking to the security guard about things, and he was making fun of me because I was wearing Ohio State stuff, and I was over in the south part of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so they were...
Not a good area to wear anything Ohio over there.
No, they were usually Pitt fans or Penn State fans, so he was giving me some flack. And a few minutes later, this golf cart stopped behind us, and I looked, and I saw it was Jerry Lucas, and he got out of it and went into this building behind us. And I asked the security what it was, that building was there for, and he goes, well, you can get out of the rain and go to the restroom and get, you know, a cup of coffee and a donut or something. And shortly after that, Jerry came out of the building and come over to the cart, and I said, Mr. Lucas, do you mind if I get your autograph after you tee off? And he goes, no, I don't mind. And he teed off, and he went into this tent up by the tee, and we were roped off because of the security. And about 30 seconds later, he looked around and he says to the security guy, he goes, send that Ohio State fan up there, because us Ohio State guys got to stick together. So I got to go up in that tent. I was the only one, and he signed a bunch of stuff for me, and I lucked out that day.
And you said that the same security guard that was giving you grief earlier.
Yeah, because I was an Ohio State fan, so not a Pitt fan or Penn State.
In the end, you kind of won out on that, since you made him bring you to the tent.
Yep.
Well, that's a good story. And so let's go to the helmet next here.
That was another story. We were at an autograph line for some Ohio State football players, and this guy we were talking to behind us had mentioned that he had a phone number for Rex Kern's business in Columbus. He is part owner. Well, Rex lives in California, so we got his number, and we were down in Columbus one day, and I think it was a Friday, and we called this business number, and the secretary asked, and we asked about Rex Kern if he ever comes into Columbus and comes to the business, and she said about twice a year. And we asked about him signing autographs or anything, and possibility that we could get it from him. And she goes, let me take your name and number. So we gave our name and number to the secretary, so I figured that would last about as long as we hung up, and she put it in the wastebasket.
Right, because usually they would throw that into the file 13. Yeah.
Yes, and 3 days later got a phone call from California, from Rex Kern, and saying he'd be loved to sign the stuff, just mail it out to him. And so we sent a helmet, football, and some pictures, and a few other things, and he signed them all. And I don't know how many other people would do that, you know, sports figure, and he played on that '68 national championship team. So and he's a hard one to get. He's not around here very often.
Tell us about the pants.
When Ohio State beats Michigan, each player gets one of these pairs of gold pants. It started in 1934 with Francis Schmidt, the coach, and he said, well, Michigan used to beat Ohio State quite often back then, and he says they put their pants on one leg at a time, and after that Ohio State beat Michigan like 3 or 4 straight years, and he started giving out these gold pants, and it has the score. It says Ohio or Mich on there, and then on the other side, and plus it has a score, and then on the other side it has their initials of the player, whoever it is. And the only way you can get this is somehow if the players end up selling it, and you, the collector, happen to be able to buy it. And I saw a pair on, 2 pairs on Pawn Stars, and they went for $1,000 a piece. That Rick bought them on that show.
What are the pants?
Doug Worthington won, and this Boone, I can't think of his first name, but he never played it down. He never got in the game. He was like a freshman, and after that he had transferred someplace else, and he never played for Ohio State.
And they still went for $1,000. All right.
And
okay.
so, and this is one of the gold pants off one of the players. I ended up purchasing them, but I didn't pay as much as Rick did on Pawn Stars.